I'm back. This is part 2 of the pros of going to the owner update meetings. And it's a little bit more than just doing the update meetings, it's going to additional timeshare presentations. So I'm going to tell you about some of the experiences that I had this year on going to the updates and the timeshare presentations. Here we go. I had the opportunity to book a vacation to Mexico this year in May for 12 days. We went to Cancun for 7 days, and then we went to a place called Unico, which was an all-inclusive resort in Riviera Maya for 5 days, 4 nights. That was super fantastic, marvelous, amazing. When we were there in Cancun, when we first arrived, we were met after we got our luggage by a man who offered us a timeshare presentation. He wanted us to come to his property. We didn't know if that's what we wanted to do, but we flipped a coin and we decided that we were going to take the chance because we had time. We were going to be in the country for 12 days, so it wasn't going to take away that much of our vacation. So always remember that. We decided that we were going to take him up on his offer, and we had to give him a $50 deposit just, I guess, to keep everything good. So we gave him the $50. He gave us a receipt. He told us to take a picture of his ID. Everything was legit. We scheduled the tour for the next day. So now we're here for 12 days. Now we have 11 days. They sent a bus for us to pick us up, and they took us to a place called Vivian, I think, something like that. But it was an amazing resort in Mexico, maybe an hour away from Cancun. The food we had for lunch was, it was great. The person that was the salesperson was very nice, and the resort was beautiful. I would buy there if I didn't already have a Wyndham timeshare ownership. You have one. We were at this resort on Wyndham. Why do you need another? Always keep that in mind. We did do the presentation. It went from 30,000 all the way down to 3,000. They were very aggressive. I think I may have talked to 7 people and told all 7 people no. However, the reward after the presentation was that we got 3 excursions for $232. The $50 deposit, and then when I got to the desk to pay for the excursions, I paid $182. The excursions that we got for 3 different days were as follows. There was a catamaran tour to Isla Mujeres, which was all day. We took the bus for $1 to the place that the boat was leaving. We were supposed to have in that package a snorkel day, but the water was rough, so we didn't get the snorkel. But we went to Isla Mujeres for an extra $10. If you drank alcohol, you got unlimited alcohol. They fed you the whole time that you were there. And then instead of us going on the snorkel trip, they allowed you to rent golf carts, and they took you on a tour around the island. So for 1 day, we got catamaran tour back and forth. We stayed at the island. We ate all day and drank all day and went on a golf cart tour. Yay. That was one. The next excursion was we went to the ruins. So we went to the Mayan ruins. Either we took the bus to where they were leaving or they came to pick us up. First, they took us to lunch before we went to the ruins, and there was a little shopping there, and then the lunch was free, but then you had to pay for your drink. I thought that was a little sketch, but however. But then we went to the ruins, we went to a cenote, and then we went to a park where we were able to get food for on the way home. So that was another day. You went to lunch, you went to the Mayan ruins, you went to a cenote, and then you went to a park. The third excursion was we went horseback riding, we went ATV riding, we went zip lining, they gave us lunch, and then we did a tequila tasting. So you got all that for the third excursion for the third day. And all of that for 2 people for going to a timeshare presentation cost $232. win. And everything was amazing. Now, the second part of our trip, we stayed at a place called Unico. They were a collection of resorts that had to do with the Hard Rock Cafe. At Unico, there was nothing that had to do with Hard Rock, but it's part of that consortium. What they wanted was they wanted to sell you packages within their consortium. So when we got there, they asked us if we would do the timeshare presentation. I asked them how long it would take. They told me maybe an hour and a half tops. Okay, so we're there for 5 days. You have an hour, maybe an hour and a half. We do it the next day, and this is what we got for that. There's a place in Mexico called Rio Secreto. What it is, it's the underground river. When we got that excursion, for 2 people, it was maybe $250. They gave us a certificate after we completed the timeshare presentation. So for $250, we went on a tour of Rio Secreto. We had a bike ride. They gave us lunch at the end of the tour, and then we toured 3 underground tunnels on that property, which was amazing, and our guide was super fantastic, magical. We went to the first one. We rappelled into a cave, and the water came like up to your knees, and then we were taken on a tour in there with the stalactites and the stalagmites. Initially, we rode bikes over to where we were going to go underground. So we rode the bikes. That was part of it. We rode the bikes there. Okay, the second one was a dry underground tour. So there we didn't rappel. We walked down some stairs and went in, and it was very open, and we were toured in there and saw all the stalactites and the stalagmites, and they gave us the history of that, and that was amazing. The last one, we put on wetsuits and we went into a cave, and it was maybe an hour and a half tour where sometimes we had to swim in there, and it was very uneven. So you had to have your little water shoes because it was rocky, and sometimes it wasn't, you had to maneuver. But our guide was the same person, and he was amazing. I don't even know how he talks that much every day if he has to do more than one tour, but it was one of the most amazing times that I had in Mexico and ever. That we got by going to a timeshare presentation at the fabulous all-inclusive resort that we stayed. And I say that to tell you, sometimes it is good to go on the timeshare presentations or to go on the updates, because remember in the last video, you can negotiate for the rewards points and get a whole fabulous 4-night vacation. And that's why I say that it's good sometimes to go on the timeshare presentations or to go to the updates. So that is my experience, and that's a real experience, and I'm really, really hard to please, and I really value my vacation time a lot. I hope that you would weigh these options out and see how they will work for you. But for me, that is how I had a super fantastic, magical, fabulous vacation for 12 days, which was very unexpected, for $232 worth of excursions. Winner chicken dinner. Yes. I hope that you appreciate this information in this video about the pros and cons, part 2 of attending the presentations. Like, share, and subscribe if you like it. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Until the next time.